So we got some news regarding Jack. I think it was this month actually, yeah. And I was thinking that it was gonna be like, oh yeah, we got a reveal. It's official. Jack is back. Blah blah blah. And we got something Jack related, which I guess I'm kind of happy for, but at the same time, it's just like it really gets me kind of frustrated. It really makes my blood burn because I've been with this franchise since I was like 7, this series, and I got into it, wondering if there was going to be a 4, and then I saw the Lost Frontier, and I'm like, oh shit, that's the 4, that's the 4. And, Lost Frontier was not even made by Naughty Dog, and it wasn't even, like, that good. And they said that they were going to do... They were trying to do something with Jack, and they never did anything. And we're just holding out that hope that, hey, after Last of Us, after Uncharted, they're going to do Jack. They're going to remake Jack, and then they're going to do the Jack 4 that they were saying they were going to do all those years ago, even though, like, half those members that said they were going to do another Jack are gone. So we got news that they're having Uncharted and Last of Us and the Jack and Daxter collection. This came from Naughty Dog. They tweeted it, so Jack, as in the ports, the PS4 ports, those shitty ports that I said that I would rather them not put on PlayStation 5. Yeah, they're putting that on PlayStation 5. So, hooray for us, I guess. Hooray for the hardcore Jack fans that are still alive and kicking. Very small community right now. Yeah, we got the ports again. For like a 3rd fucking year. So, I mean, this time it's backwards compatible, so it's not that bad. But, I mean, the ray tracing on the PS5, I guess, could help with the port. But, I was really hoping that we would get information regarding, or maybe like a reveal for like a remake of Jack or something Jack related, because... And by Jack related, I don't mean the ports. I mean like actually like good shit, And we had so many rumors. We had the Blue Point Games rumor. We had this fucking Mike Cerny rumor that it was going to be God of War 2 that was going to be announced alongside a Temple franchise, and everyone, and I mean everyone that had like a brain or was actually looking at the clues, they could tell that if it was any game that Mark Cerny was going to do, it was going to be Jack. And they said that it was going to come in September. September came and went, nothing. And instead or no, it wasn't September. It was something else. I think it was like July or June. It was one of those. And we got God of War, and we didn't get any Tentpole franchise. We didn't get anything. So, here's me thinking, okay, maybe they're going to do it for October because, well, it's a month before the PS5, and they're going to be like, okay, let's showcase like something good, something else, something we've been holding for a while, like this secret. Here it is. This is our last straw to like make you buy the PS5, because it would have made me buy the PS5 like in a heartbeat. I'd be like, pre-order, boom. Even if there was a limited edition fucking precursor orb, I would have probably like bid my soul to get that PS5, that fucking like limited edition Jack PS5. Like I probably would have done that, but we didn't get that. Instead, we got the ports, the shitty ports for PS5. So it's depressing, and the reason why I'll still play those ports because it's still something Jack related to do, and maybe it'll look a lot better. Maybe it'll play a lot better because it's PS5, right? So we'll test that. We'll test the waters and see how far the PS5, since it's so fucking like innovational, it's so technologically performance like boosted. We're gonna see how the ports hold up on the PS5. If it's like the same, then yeah, like the PS5 won't be able to save like shit when it comes to like PS3 or PS2. But like I lost my train of thought actually. This Jack community that we have here, it's a very small community, and the reason it's so small is because this series is like over 10 years old. It's older than Slime, and it was one of the biggest shits back in the day. Like in the PS2 era, it was one of the most highest selling series. And to this day, you know, Naughty Dog still acknowledges it, and people don't appreciate it because, you know, Naughty Dog or PlayStation haven't appreciated it as much as they should have. Like with Crash, people know Crash now, or remember Crash because of the remakes. Same thing with Spyro, even though Spyro, the re-trilogy shit didn't really do that well. But it's like they're bringing back a bunch of PS2 classics, and we're thinking, okay, what was a PS2 classic? One of the most likely ones, other than Sly, was Jak. And then we got those rumors. And, you know, it still could be that they are doing it. They're just, like, being very coy about it and being like, okay, no one's going to know this. And here's another thing. There's a slight chance of this happening, right? So, the Game Awards. So, if that rumor was true, that, you know, they were having an insider said that a Temple franchise is coming back, and it was going to come back in conjunction with God of War 2. Maybe PlayStation heard about that, heard the rumor was circulating, and they're like, okay, we need to keep this secret. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move the Temple franchise over to the Game Awards, have it announced there, because no one's going to expect that Temple franchise coming to Game Awards. They would expect that to come on the PlayStation 5 streams. So technically, if you really think about it, Jak would still fall in the launch window. Like technically, that would still be launch because, you know, the PS5 will still be fresh. It'll be a fucking newborn baby compared to PlayStation 4. So the Game Awards, they could announce it and then be like, okay, it's coming like next year or something, January. So it could be something like that. But it's a very small percentage compared to all the other opportunities they've had, right? Where they could have done it. They decided not to. So it's like, we were right about Final Fantasy 16. We were right about God of War 2. But it's like Jak right now. Well, it's like that Jak is the most likely candidate to like get revealed, yet it's not getting revealed. So I don't even know. Like, if it's not happening, it's definitely going to happen at some point. I'm fully confident about that because, you know, it's about that time. They're not going to forget to just, like, remake Jak, but this would have been the greatest fucking opportunity to do it because, you know, out of all the PS5 games that I'm looking forward to, a lot of other people are looking forward to, like, Spider-Man and Demon's Souls. And honestly, I don't really want to buy a PlayStation 5 for those games. Like, it's not really... I can wait for those games. Like, fucking Spider-Man Miles Morales is coming out on PlayStation 4 anyway, so it's like you don't even need to buy a PlayStation 5 for that shit. So it kind of defeats the purpose of that being a launch title, in my opinion. Other than, like, the ray tracing and the performance. You want to go performance? Yeah, sure. But if we're talking, like, actual, like, games to look forward to, I guess Demon's Souls is one, but... you know, that's like one fucking game. It's one fucking game. And it's like Jak would have put that shit like up for a lot of people. And people that forgot about Jak too. Like, you know, oh shit, it's Jak. I guess I gotta get a PlayStation now. Because I forgot that was a thing. Because it's been so long. So... as depressed as I sound right now, I'm going to keep that hope. I'm going to keep the hope that at some point we are going to get a remake. We're going to get a fucking remake. We're going to get those 3 games remastered, maybe Jak X 2, and then we're going to get our 4. And that's the type of mentality we have to keep, because if we just give up, then PlayStation, Sony is going to be like, okay, well, there's probably not that much of an appeal to do Jak. And, I mean, they were trying to do a Jak movie and all that, but, you know, in terms of, like, a game, which would have been easier in my opinion, they just, you know, they canceled that too. So, you know, any Jak idea, it seems like Jak is cursed now. They're like, any time they try to, like, actually make another Jak game, or just anything Jak related, they forget about it or they erase it. You know, granted, the Naughty Dog game they were going to do looked kind of stupid, but, you know, it's still the fact, like, the game was going to be made. And You know, who knows? Maybe if it came out, like, enough people would have liked it, and we would have gotten used to it as like a hardcore community, and they would have made like 2 or 3 more. That's what I would have wanted with DMC. Like that's a franchise that no one wanted, but got like such a, you know, medium-sized fan base that they are still considering to this day to do a DMC 2, a sequel to DMC, like the reboot. And while a lot of people don't really like that series, they would much rather them go with Devil May Cry 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, maybe 11. You know, they're still considering it because people liked it that much. So, in terms of Jack, I really hope that they do something. And I'm going to stop with my mini rant before I just keep rambling and then it goes on forever. So, thank you guys for watching. If there's any more information, I guess we'll let each other know at this point, because we're in limbo as a community, just waiting, salivating for something to come out. And there's been so many like little teases too, like so little teases and big teases about Jack, just Jack in general. So it's inevitable at this point, but it's just a matter of when they're gonna do it. So I will be expecting something on the Game Awards. Jack related, I don't know. I'm not going to try to get my hopes up too much, but like I said, I know Jack is going to happen at some point because it's a no-brainer. If they do it at the Game Awards, that'll shock me, that'll shock a lot of people, and that will, I'm not going to say that's going to break the fucking like internet, but it will definitely be a very welcome return for, you know, the series, especially at a place that everyone's going to be watching, you know, the Game Awards. It's a big place, so, you know, they do Jack there, I'll be very happy, because even people that don't have a PlayStation, they'll look at that and they'll be like, Jack. I don't think I've heard of Jack before, so I don't know, but I'm gonna stop. So I'll see you guys. There's a new thing that happened that I just realized. There's a new update that came out, and they have Last of Us, you know, because, you know, it's recent, right? This is recent, you know, you got God of War, it's still recent. Ghost, you got the mask there, which is actually pretty cool. More Uncharted, you know, that's their recent shit. And you got Bloodborne there, okay. And you got Ratchet, yeah, obviously. And then you got Jack there. I mean, you also got Gravity Rush there, but it's like, okay, out of all of these things, Jack, they added that. They just added that. They just did. In this one fucking update. Why? Why now? Why fucking... It's this type of shit that I'm just like, okay, if you're not doing something about Jack, why the fuck are you adding, like, Jack shit now? Like, you could have done that any other time, like in the PS3 ports, then just, like, carried it over. And maybe they did do it in PS3, but they didn't carry it over. And it's just like, the PS4 fucking ports have been added since 2017. And now you add the fucking avatars there. And it's just like... boggles the mind.